If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again, and welcome to episode number 155 of the Cambridge United Career Mode Road to Glory here on FIFA 15. We start with a game at home against Hull City, as we always do when we come to the end of a season. These are, of course, the final two games in the Barclays Premier League season. I won't show you the league table until the end of the episode to just kind of raise the suspense, etc. But we are close to getting ourselves a 6th place finish in the Barclays Premier League, and we're hoping that 6th should be enough to get us a Europa League spot for next season, considering that Liverpool could win it overall this year and they're above us and already in the European spot, so that might open up an extra spot in the league. An extra spot could open up depending on who wins the FA Cup, and an extra spot could open up depending on who won the Capital One Cup. Again, I haven't checked, so the suspense really is real right now, because even I don't know, regardless of where we finish this season, whether we'll actually qualify for Europe or not next year. Because sometimes you can't, like, even if that is the case and Liverpool win it, and the winner of the FA Cup has already got European football, and the winner of the Capital One Cup has already got European football, with the way FIFA is, you don't really know whether it's going to be realistic enough to actually still add you into the competition. If it were Football Manager it would, but on FIFA, really don't know. What we do know though is that we're 1-0 down against Hull here, and we really need to get ourselves back in front, because we need maximum points if we possibly can get them over these last two games to ensure that we finish as high as possible this year. Aaron Cresswell though picks up the ball down the left hand side, lovely cross, brilliant header, but an equally exquisite save from Guilherme in between the sticks for Hull City. Very good goalkeeper actually, Guilherme, from the Brazilian leagues obviously, and very high reflexes and high diving, etc. And he showed that with that first save. Unfortunately, we weren't able to draw another save out of him. We weren't even able to get that second header on target from Takalo Rant. He was definitely disappointed with him there for not being able to actually get that on target, at least, if not score. But another great reaction save from the goalkeeper from a header, this time in the second half, as we continue to press to get an equaliser. After they went 1-0 in front, Hull City, they just didn't threaten at all for the rest of the game at the other end. Georgiev now drawing another good save out of Guilherme. I was trying everything, throwing absolutely everything at them here in this game, and to this point we hadn't been able to find a way past their Brazilian goalkeeper. He was in spectacular form. Jenkins Chicoido down the right hand side. In comes the cross, there's Johannes Geis, and even when we do beat the goalkeeper, we can't get it past him because it comes back off the woodwork, off the post. Then Georgiev drops down there, ends up clutching his shoulder. The ball comes to an already injured Nicholas Spaller as well. And Georgiev, it was a really strange fall. You'll see from the replay after I make the change that it was just kind of a nothing challenge, and it looked a little bit soft the way he went to ground, but I had to take Georgiev off. I left Spaller on because he only had the plaster symbol next to him, so he could continue, but it's a really soft challenge. There's not really too much in that, but he falls to ground, and I don't know whether he fell awkwardly or whether, he must have just fallen awkwardly or twisted on his shoulder or something, because he is going to be out for a while. We'll see at the end of this game how long he's going to be out for, and Nicholas Spaller as well, and what the injury in specific was. But Takalo Ranti finally gets the ball past the goalkeeper in the 89th minute to give us a 1-1 scoreline, and eventually, unfortunately, a 1-1 draw rather than a win. We weren't able to get a second one. That didn't open the floodgates. Hull City defended like absolute dogs for the rest of the game, and well, for the majority of the game after they scored the goal in the 10th minute. So we only get a point from that one, when I really could have done with all three, to be completely honest. Nicholas Spaller is going to be out for 3 weeks though with a sprained knee, so he'll miss the rest of the season, obviously with only one game to go, as will Strahl Georgiev, who's out for 8 weeks with a dislocated shoulder. So unfortunately he'll miss the rest of the season, and I'm not sure actually whether his nation are in the World Cup, because obviously it's 2020, so there is the not the World Cup. The World Cup is 2018 and 2022, so he'll miss Euro 2020 if Bulgaria have actually qualified for that competition. I'm not sure actually who's qualified for that competition. We'll have a look over the probably in the end of season roundup that I do in the next episode. I'll try and make a point and remember to have a look at the European group stages as well, so we can see what's going to happen in Europe in Euro 2020. But as we head into this final game of the season, away from home, against West Ham, Callum Wilson returns to the starting lineup for the first time in 8 months after that massive ACL tear, replacing obviously the now injured Strahl Georgiev. Jack Grealish comes in to replace the now injured Nicholas Spaller. Other than that though, it is a 100% fit, 100% strong first team here against West Ham. And we started on the front foot. We continued on from where we left off in the whole game, having chance after chance after chance, being denied by the goalkeeper or heroic defending. The first shot was well blocked by a defender who just threw himself in front of the ball, and the second one there was saved by the goalkeeper. Loads of space on this right hand side though for Jenkins Chikowi here. Decided to have a crack with it, and that came very close to giving us a 1-0 lead. It just bent too far to the left, otherwise that would have been one of the best goals we've scored all series if that had flown into the top corner. They did have a foray forward every now and again though, but it really didn't threaten too much. That was quite easily, comfortably picked out of the air by Hutchinson. Perhaps made that look a little bit more extravagant than it was, a little bit more acrobatic than he needed to be. They could have just stood there and plucked the ball out of the air. But Takelo Ranti twisting this way and that, trying to find a way past the defender, does work the ball past him, but the goalkeeper was on hand to make a good save even when I did get it past him. So at the start of the second half, again, I was going to be on the front foot. You can see me hounding the defenders initially, and we actually get it off them, and Ranti is clean through. We had to wait till the 90th minute to score a goal in the last game. Here, though, just 2 minutes into the second half, we pounce on them from kickoff and get ourselves the lead. Couldn't have asked for more than that in the start of the second half. Fantastic determination from the two strikers to actually work the ball into their own favour after stealing it off the defenders, and then brilliant pace to get away. We did have a little bit of luck, though, at the other end with Kasami hitting the post in the 56th minute, and that was the closest that they'd come to this point to actually getting themselves a goal back in this one. Callum Wilson still awaiting his first goal since coming back into the first team picture. Obviously, he's made a couple of substitute appearances since coming back, but this is his first start. Had a good save again by the goalkeeper there, though. He does get the ball into Ranti here, though. Good feet to get around the defender, and another very, very good finish from him. I was thinking, halfway through this season about letting Ranti go in the summer and bringing in someone else. But he's been so good for us again this year. He scored both the goals in that game, and obviously scored the goal against Hull City as well to make sure that we actually got a point in that game also. So he scored our three final goals of the season in the two final games. We've got £7.2 million added to the transfer budget for finishing wherever we finished in the league, and unfortunately we finished 7th in the league. Everton won their two final games, and despite smashing Hull for the full 90 minutes, we could not find a winning goal. If we had won that game against Hull, we would have finished 6th. So I really don't know until we get into the next season whether we've got European football for next year or not. We will have to wait and see. We won 15, we drew 15, we lost only 8 games this year, which is less than a lot of the teams above us. Everton lost 10, Spurs lost 9, Liverpool and Manchester United lost 6, and if I do scroll back up in a second, we'll see that Chelsea lost 6, Arsenal lost 7, so we didn't lose that many at all. So perhaps if we'd have been able to turn some of those draws into wins, which is something we did struggle to do in the first half of the season, then we could have found ourselves with European football again this year. But we are strengthening like mad in the upcoming transfer window. I'm going to try and do what we did last year and move across as much money as I possibly can via offering a player that's going to leave a big wage budget or big wage offer, which is going to be Jenkins Chikowi. I'm going to give him a massive wage, and we're going to move him on next season, and hopefully we can use that money to strengthen with new players in all positions. Obviously, we're getting the 86 rated guy from, I can't remember where he's coming from. His name is Hark, isn't it? He's a CDM coming in from, he's in the Bundesliga, but I can't for the life of me remember where from. I think it's Werder Bremen, but I'm not sure. And then obviously we're getting Matteo Masaccio as well from Villarreal, 84 rated centre-back on a free also. We of course did those deals in the January transfer window in this season. So really exciting times to come for the next season. Actually, I'm hoping that we can properly improve, more so than we did this year, and we'll actually kick on and maybe even qualify for Champions League football next year. That is the plan. A top 4 finish is the aim for our 4th season in the Barclays Premier League. Whether we can get it or not, we will find out. But the next episode will be a season roundup, of course, as we always tend to do, and then we'll have a look at some transfer targets for the next season. But that's going to bring today's episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days. There's been plenty going up, of course, in every single series that goes on. And if you want to watch me on Twitch tonight, then follow the link in the description to my Twitch channel. You can follow over there and you'll be notified when I go live. But that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.